Yo, what's going on, everybody? Cuffing the Dip coming at you guys with another one. What's going on? Hopefully, everybody's feeling good out there, feeling kinda profitable. I don't know what you guys are out there investing into nowadays, but feel free to let me know in the chat. What's going on, Omar? What the Ducks be now, Stevie? What Stevie is normally first. I don't know where Stevie is. He might be at a bar tonight, guys. Or is this the night he said he was taking off from crypto? He said he was taking the night off of crypto. So what's going on, Randolph? What's up? What's up, Arthur Larkin in the building? What's going on, Hambone? What's up, Hambone? What's going on, Hambone, man? Definitely appreciate you guys for stopping in there. I was just tuned into the AMA that well, not AMA, pretty much a question and answer for Shaman. Pull that up. Let me see if they're still in there really quick. We can check in with them really briefly.
I think once it's in, you know, if you want to take it out, you'll have to go in and do something. But
yeah,
I don't think it's something.
I actually already have some Brew Labs.
Are you guys able to hear that?
Non-Brew Labs staked, and I can contest.
Okay.
It's the best system I've ever used when staking, because it gives you options right in front of you. I could contribute right back to my staking pool, my rewards, or I can cash them out, and things like that, using it as compounded, into that staking pool, or just pull it out and use it for fees somewhere else, or things of that nature. It's very, very good. So I'm very excited that Shaman's going on to it. I can tell it's going to work perfect.
Yeah, it's going to be good. And so with you're saying the four pools now, will there be like a tax on placing it in and then another tax taking it out, or is it just going to be like one might have, okay, you got to buy the 2% or 1% in the buy-in for the first one, and then 2% with withdrawing or something like that? Is it going to be that kind of within the Brew Labs?
We're working out the final details to that with Brew Labs this weekend, because I think the staking pools are just going to be finalized. But we can certainly communicate that once we have the final information on that. I don't want to tell you something that's
no, that's all right.
Yeah. I want to make sure that I have that first. But we are discussing everything with them tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, once we have that, we'll put out a full post with the details of the staking pools and make sure everybody has a firm understanding of how it's going to work.
Yeah, cool.
Hey, Mike. And real quick about the staking pools and Brew Labs, when you are getting those earnings, and if you choose to take your earnings and put them back into what you're staking, it does not reset your clock. So you can literally add to your bag, which will make your earnings go higher without your clock restarting. So if you stake for 180 days, and let's say you take your earnings and you compound them into what's already staked once a week, your lock time will still be your initial 180 days, but you can add to your bag, which will add to your earnings without losing any time. You will still be on stake for 6 months, but every time you add, that will add more reflections to that you're receiving without adding any more time to your clock. Brew Labs is awesome, and I'm so glad y'all went to it, Mike. It is awesome.
Yeah, that's 100%. a great point, Jay. So you're earning you're earning it, and you're just putting them back in. So you're earning on your earnings, and then you keep earning on your earnings as you go.
Yeah.
So it's a really, I mean, they've been fantastic. I've heard nothing but good things, at least what I've seen from working with them, and then 2 other projects that I know that utilize them. I've been really happy with it. So I'm really excited for what we're going to be able to return to the holders. At the end of the day, I say this all the time, and it sounds cliche, but we don't succeed without the community, right? So the best thing we can do is make sure we're giving back, enough rewards and value to you guys, along with potential price appreciation over time. So yeah, this is it's going to be really exciting.
Okay, another quick question there, Mikey.
Sure.
So you've just say if you've locked in, just say let's say 100 billion right into it, and can you keep adding into that or into that? Into the staking pool, like your own staking pool, and then it doesn't reset the clock, or is it only working for when you're harvesting and compounding your rewards?
if you have them, or if you already locked in, if your stake is already locked in for 160 days,
Yeah.
as long as you only taking your earnings, you can't put nothing new in there, just but from your earnings. They got a feature in it. It's called compound. You hit compound,
Compounded
and it will
balancing.
dump what you've earned already right into your staking pool, and it will not restart your clock. And that means you're earning more because you've taken your earnings and put them on your original staking,
Yeah.
and you're earning more without resetting your clock. But you can't add to what you already got in there. Whatever you got in there is locked, but you can take your earnings and put them in there.
It'd be good if you
It's
add
called
more,
compounding.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's cool, man. Thanks heaps.
Yeah, appreciate that, Jay. Thanks for the input. Tater Doge, how you doing?
I'm good tonight. Thanks, guys. This is very informational. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, of course. What's going on?
2 questions. I just want to confirm one thing with L Bank. If I'm in the top 2,500 there, nothing to do, it'll just take care of itself.
Yeah, so with LBank, right? So because you're on a centralized exchange, you don't actually own the tokens; you own the contract. So because that's the case, and they're the actual token holders, the LBank exchange is going to do all the updating in the background on the end. We're working with them, so really all you have to do is sit tight. At some point when they're ready to make the update, they'll likely halt trading on their side, and then they'll re-announce it, and then you'll have all your holdings there. Now, just mind you, we're reducing supply from 1,000 quads to 50 quads, so your token amount will be lower, but your value will be the same.
Okay, great. And the follow-up to that, I'm outside the top 2,500 through Coinbase. What do I have to do there?
Right. So if you're outside that, I pinned it. There's a tweet pinned to the top with an email there. You just shoot us an email with your wallet address. Once everything's live, we're going to go through all the emails. We'll confirm the holdings, and then we'll submit a transfer back to you, and we'll confirm via a reply via email. So you won't get a reply right away because we're still collecting everything. We're still building all the contract, getting ready for deployment. But once that's done, we're going to go through all of them, and we'll get it sent out to you.
Okay, so just shoot you my Coinbase shaman address, and you'll take care of the rest.
Yep, that's correct.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, no problem. Thanks a lot. Tracy, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. I just have some feedback. It just breaks my heart to see these scammers that hurt people.
Hey, and I don't know if you guys have tuned into that Twitter space or not, but there were several people that were scammed by those accounts that post about being shaman support or, Saitama support, those support sites. So a couple of people got scammed. They went through some links, hit a link they weren't supposed to, and it drained their wallet or the majority of the funds inside of their wallet while they're watching other things get pulled out. So definitely do not want to click any links. I don't know of any cryptocurrency that does have a support department, so you definitely want to watch out for things like that, because like I said, I don't know of a support center for a cryptocurrency. So that should be a red flag right there, kind of like, hey, they're asking me to send my tokens to an address that is completely different from the original page. It's just sometimes it takes a little bit of additional work. Yes, I understand it's tedious, but I just don't want anybody to lose anything that belongs to them or to get their wallet compromised, because that is not a nice feeling at all, period. I know a couple people that have gone through it. I have not gone through it yet, knock on wood, you know what I mean? But I'm just trying my best to be as cautious as I can with that situation. So just wanted to let you guys know that.
Who have the tokens now try to submit them in and try to say I didn't get them. It's like, no, your wallet didn't have them before, so you're a scammer. But you have something in place to find out from the people who were scammed a different wallet to send to.
So unfortunately, if they were in the top 2,500, right? The way it worked is, right, on last week we had our team that we contracted, Brew Labs. They took a snapshot of all the wallet holdings, right? If they were and addresses, and then what we're going to do is right before the migration and the airdrop, we're going to redo another snapshot and ensure that there were no changes there, right? Now, because that was the initial wallet in the snapshot, they cannot change wallets to where they're going to receive the airdrop. If they are, sending in manual or they're kind of a smaller holding, we might be able to send it to a different one. But really, it's probably not much we can do on our end to fix that for them, unfortunately.
Okay, so to clarify, if you notice on that second snapshot, if the tokens aren't there anymore, well, wait, you're not going to know if they sent them in or something. I don't know. I'm not going to go there. My suggestion was let people DM you guys just to make sure that they're not getting scammed by those stupid people who replied on Twitter to all those tweets. So, thank you.
I'm actually talking to one right now, Tracy, in DMs, and I'm looking through her wallet. Something I want to bring up is don't pass around that link to everybody to have everybody maybe or maybe not read. They might just click it and start acting with it. On this one here, it took out 4 different coins and then put back in Shaman, but it didn't take out a ton of money. And it's looking like the guy's still doing it to different people and a bunch of different projects from what I'm already finding in the first 10 minutes I've dug in it.
So does that mean the person clicked on a link that
Yeah.
the scammer sent to them? Oh.
Yeah, she actually physically, she sent me the DM exactly the way the guy sent it to her, or the perpetrator. I don't know if it's a female or a male, but the main thing is, yes, she did click a link, and it has nothing to do with Shaman. It's a .io. It goes to a website, and then it looks to me like it works with some sort of protocol that they have that trades all of the coin value that it can see in her wallet and tries to do some sort of trickery. So it definitely paid with all the other tokens, amount of money. And they're just draining everything.
Sucks.
So be very careful.
My
like
heart hurts. I don't do any of that stuff. I haven't fallen for any scams. But
main thing you guys can do is go to the blockchain and just put in your address and work backwards. Anytime you have a problem viewing value, or if you have an amount of tokens in your wallet or not, just go to the blockchain and put that wallet up there that is actually yours. That's what I'm doing with her.
Great. Thanks, Tracy, for your suggestion, and we'll certainly look to see how we can keep ourselves open to help the community. Crypto Mom, how are you?
Wonderful. How are you, Mike? How are you, Tony?
Doing great.
All right. So I have a couple of questions / issues. So I was told that we needed to, if we're in the top 2,500, we needed to send our tokens to a certain address. Is that not correct anymore?
So we encouraged it. It's obviously not required. We can't make anybody do anything. Just with the top 2,500, it just ensures that you're going to get the airdrop, which you are. So if it's not feasible, we've told people this is, if you'd like to contribute, you're more than welcome to, and it's appreciated. If it's not economically feasible, or you just don't feel like it's something you want to do, that's perfectly fine too. It's not going to change anybody receiving their V2.
Yeah, I did it, but gosh, I lost so much in the process. So many trillions of tokens, I guess because of gas and tokenomics and stuff like that. Lost a lot of tokens there, and then the gas was high. It was kind of astronomical. But I just heard someone say
you didn't pay that million gas fee you showed me, did you?
No, I didn't do the 143 million, but I think I did about maybe $160 or so, which was a lot to transfer.
No, understood, and we appreciate that, and we're going to reward people that have sent something in to help us out. So. But just so you know, whatever you lost from the tokenomics, you're going to get the value of your tokens of this as of the snapshot, not what you sent in. So that's gonna come back. Yeah, no.
So that was my question.
that wouldn't be fair.
That's
right.
That's all I wanted to know.
Yeah, we got you covered, Crypto Mom, and you can always reach out to me directly if you have any issues.
Absolutely, and I hope I sent it to the right address. It had like F's at the end, 2FFX or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, you know what? Just DM me the one that you sent it to. It should be the one that's on the Shaman page, but whichever one you sent it to, just DM me. I'll confirm it.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Mike. Thank
You got
you.
it, Crypto Mom. Take care. All right, Tony. It looks like we're all caught up here.
All right, sounds good. We'll also be having a few, spaces with multiple individuals in this space before we relaunch. We want to get everyone, prepared for what we have coming and everything of that sort. So we have definitely lined up a few spaces before we launch. But yeah, guys, definitely looking forward to what we have to come. We're just getting started and we're implementing much into our new contract that is going to bring much success for the longevity of our project. And, like I always say, good things do take time. And what we're doing here with our new contract and the individuals that, we're bringing on board slowly but surely, they've never were about Shaman. They never even spoke about Shaman. So there's going to be new names on Shaman. And yeah, very excited for what we have coming.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. And just on behalf of Tony and myself and the entire team, we just want to thank everyone for your support and your patience. Again, I know that migrations and V2s can, send up a red flag to some people. So I hope we're being as transparent as possible and giving you all the up-to-date information. We will have a space at least once a day up until the launch and probably after the launch, just to ensure we're here to answer some questions. Obviously, if you have any questions in between there, you can send a question to the Shaman page or post it on the page, and we can try to get back to you. But really, just want to say thank you, everyone, for all your support and all your help with this. And we're looking forward to, as Tony said, giving back value to not only the project but to the community. And I'm very confident that we will do that, especially with the way the project's framed out, the tokenomics, and the benefits we're providing. So, yeah, hopefully, good things are coming. So we're excited to have you on board. So with that, if there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and close this. We did record the space, so if anybody came in late and wants to go back and just kind of check it out.
All right, guys. So as you heard, that space has closed down. That was Shaman pretty much going over the V2 contract. I do know where a lot of the traffic is right now. If you guys have not seen this one being circulated, we can tune into this one just to see if there's anything relevant being said at the time. Let's check in.
Just to clarify, that actually was the second one. The first one went through last night. That was just over 8 Ethereum, and you guys can see everything obviously on the blockchain.
Beautiful. And just how we calculated those figures, guys, just to be very clear, if you can follow along the commission.xyz website, 7% buy tax, right? So out of that 7%, 5% automatically gets put it back to the liquidity pool, and then the other 2% buy burn, that's the 2%. It's part of the 2% that gets sent to Saitama, right, Seth?
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay,
and you
cool.
guys are gonna, and we spoke previously. You guys are gonna end up updating the white paper and the website and things like that in the upcoming week.
Yeah, by I would say a week from today or tomorrow, the white paper, the website will be updated. Remember, this happened very, very fast, and we've all been working for about 72 hours nonstop, and we want to make sure that it's going to reflect the current tokenomics, the new relationship we have, and what we're going to do going forward in terms of utility.
All right, 1 second. I wanted to stay on this point a bit, right? So back to the tokenomics. 7% buy tax, right? 5% liquidity, 2% buy burn. Right? That goes to Saitama. And then for the sale tax of 5%, out of the sales tax is 9% total. Out of that 5% goes back to liquidity, and then 2.5 buy burn goes to the decreed corner of the week. So could you explain to me about that, Seth or Al, in regards to that particular other percentage that also may be disseminated throughout certain projects within SataMask specifically? Could you break that down, please?
Yeah, Al, you did this a lot, so you go for it, bud.
Yeah, I'll take it. Well, the Saitama aspect, right? Obviously came with Jay and his ties into community. As far as the other concept, right, kind of bringing it back to the commission and the way, you know, the mob families at the time ran it, you know, everybody had a say. So part of our concept was also, let's have the community have a vote every week, right? What are the hottest other tokens out? Once again, this is aside from our, you know, 100%, you know, commitment to Saitama. This is the separate 2.5%. Let's let the community vote, and each week, whatever token the community, you know, accepts or votes on, we'll use that 2.5% to go into buying and burning their token. And we would have a new vote every week. So
sorry, that was the initial concept, but going to Datamask will always be the remainder. The vote will always be a token that's going to be traded in Datamask.
So you're telling me initially, before the partnership, you guys were going to have the community vote. So now, since this partnership has arisen, the commissioner token is going to have a vote for only tokens on Datamask?
Yes, correct.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. We love that. So now let me ask you this, Russ, right? So you know, we could all agree and we believe, you know, many of us, including myself, believe that you're actually an excellent judge of character, right? So that being said, what was it about these particular gentlemen? Obviously, after, you know, KYCing them and doxing them and whatnot, what made you want to move forward with this particular partnership at this current time?
What's up, everybody?
Obviously,
It's
you know,
Mike.
obviously we need some assistance with marketing
Give a few
and
minutes
stuff.
for people
Why
to
these
join.
folks? And I know you've been approached by numerous. Why these guys?
Yeah, I mean, you guys know, right? Like we are very, very careful on who we kind of conduct business with, who we put our name with, who we interact with. And there's been opportunities in the past that could have been, you know, something. But I've been around for a long time, right? And I'm a very good judge of character. And if I didn't think that the motivation and the motive behind the premise of this partnership was not geared towards helping the Saitama project, then I wouldn't have done for it, right? If I thought it was a soft shill or a way for these guys to boost their own project to get rich quick, I would have shut it down without a second hesitation. I mean, a lot of times when we get approached by different projects or points I want to start or something like that, the underlying motivation is always
What's
money,
up, Tony?
right?
What's going on,
We'll
brother?
just use
Hey, what's
some
going on, brother? How you
brand
doing?
to boost ourselves,
I'm
make
good,
ourselves
man.
relevant,
Good. Just giving a minute
and
for people
fatten
to
our
join,
pockets.
and then
Right?
we'll
Like that's
kick it
not
off.
how
Yeah,
that
no,
works.
of
You're not
course.
going to
Sounds
climb
good.
off our back to make yourself relevant in this space, right? We try to set the bar, and we're not going to diminish our name and reputation if it's not something that we're 100% confident in. And of course, you know, that being said, we still did our due diligence, right? We took the smart contract, sent it to our tech team to allow them to evaluate it, you know, to go through, see if there's any
I see
major
I
red
got my
flags
brother from
going
another
on or if there
Danny
was
down
something
there.
going on.
What's up, Danny?
The
What's up,
contract
Cuff?
was announced right off the bat,
Good
right?
to
So
see
we looked
everybody
through
in
all
here
the
tonight.
transactions. We did all that. We looked at the wallet distribution, and we didn't see any red flags, right? Okay. So now is there an alternative motivation? Like, is there something else going on that maybe could come back on us, or maybe that's not so genuine, right? And there wasn't any. So the genuine concern and wanting
I
to
see we
help
got a
was
few
with
new.
the Saitama project. And there's a lot of advocates in Saitama Lookback out there, like these guys are holders too, that want to see us do well. How can we help? You know, and we get it every time. We do an AMA or, you know, I get emails or text messages like, how can we help? You know, I'm a holder. I've been a holder since, however many months ago. I want to help this project grow, you know, as an investor, but also as part of the Wolfpack. So, you know, these guys being investors in Saitama, genuinely wanting to help and having an opportunity to create something, was a good enough motivation. Now, if everything checked out as it did, then it would be, you know, obviously it's worth pursuing. So that's kind of what was the deciding factor there. But there was a lot of things that went into play with it.
Beautiful. Now, let me ask you this, right? So you being the co-founder and lead dev, how many devs are there total? And I know we have Seth here. I know we have Crypto J as like community liaison here. For you guys, could you let me know who those folks are, and what their roles and responsibilities are on the dev team?
Correct. Yeah. So other than Seth and Jay, it's primarily myself, but I'm not a developer. Like I said, I'm the operations project manager and co-founder of the concept. But the lead developer, Miracle, whose work is just beautiful, unfortunately could not be on the call. He's literally been up 72, 48 hours straight. But aside from that, he's actually sick as a dog today. So we sincerely apologize that he was not able to be on the call. But certainly moving forward, he obviously will be available and will be able to, give his piece as well.
All right, no worries. Again, this is just an introductory call, so there will be other ones there. So we definitely look forward to meeting him and seeing what he got going on.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I'm sure we'll end up doing this again, guys. I wanted to ask Crypto J from a community standpoint, what made you get involved with the Commissioner token, and what kind of vibes are you getting from them? I see, you like the project, obviously, how you're helping out and things like that. Could you give us a reason for the community?
When Seth got a hold of me, obviously I'm heavily involved in Saitama. I'm not in a lot of spaces and stuff a lot. I mean, I do have a lot going on, but I invested really early. And it was really to give back and help the community. Like whenever I first invested, Silent Bob, the mod got me in. And that's back before Russ and Nam were busy. Like Russ said before, he doesn't have time to be, in Telegram all the time. He's got stuff to do. But Nam was in there one night, and a guy, we had a couple hundred holders, maybe 300 or 400. And this dude was like, well, I'm just kind of checking your project out. He's like, I can't buy until Friday though. He's like, I want to swap one of my tokens. I don't have very much ETH and I get paid on Friday. And, this is the kind of dude that Nam is. Nam was like, well, give me your address, DM it to me, and I'll send you some ETH if this is really what you want to do. And I had never seen a dev do something like that before. He could have been like, all right, dude, well, in 2 days, buy, something like that. And Bob and I were talking, and I was like, man, this is like really cool. You don't see devs doing something like that. So the guy swapped over, right? And he says, well, I'll send you, your ETH back whenever I get paid on Friday. And I was like, don't worry about it, man. He's like, we're a family here. This isn't a community. We're building a family. And that's really what I've seen with the Wolfpack. I've seen people go through hard times like in their real lives, and, people will be there for them. And when this came about, I'm like, man, how can we help and how can we give back? Like, we're just a couple people, but as a community, a token community, you can really do something to make a change. And that was really the goal behind it.
Beautiful, man. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm gonna allow Scott Herman to say something, and then we're gonna open up the floor because we have a lot of questions. So what you got, Scott?
Hey, what's up, guys? So the way this whole thing kind of came about was crazy because I was just poking around, and Jay and I are friends, and he was like, yo, check out this token. And I saw that they had the burn mechanics as part of their light paper. And so I posted it on Twitter, and I was like, hey guys, check out this token called the Commission. It looks like they're going to do a Saitama burn. That's really cool. Do your own research. And it was like a mixed feelings, right, on that post. A lot of people were saying, that it was the next Del Crypto scam. And, they were kind of mad at me for even tagging the Saitama community in the post. Like, hey, don't shill another token by tagging the Wolfpack. And I was like, that's not what I did. Like, I was just kind of trying to show you guys that this new token came out and that they're going to be burning Saitama. Like, that's cool. And then, less than 24 hours later, they partner with Saitama, and people were like, oh my God, I should have listened to you. I was like, well, I didn't know any of this was going to happen. Like, it all just happened so fast, but it just goes to show you, it is always worth doing your own research because you never know what's going to pop off and what's going to be, the next big thing. Overnight, this token just took on a whole life of its own. And it's been an incredible ride ever since. And I'm excited to see what the future utilities are going to be here. I'm excited to see what's going to come out of the marketing wallet, what kind of things that Russ and the rest of the Saitama devs are going to be able to do with that money. This is going to be a nice big push. It's a really big win for the Saitama community. And I'm happy that I luckily stumbled upon it. It's really incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
let me just jump back on that real quick, Scott. Like, as far as like the marketing, like, you guys have no idea how helpful this is for us, because as you guys know, and I've talked about this a little bit before, like, some of the organizations that I talk to are some of the biggest organizations here locally in the United States that want to get involved at some sort of marketing or sponsorship level, and you have no idea how many of them I have to turn down because I know that we just don't have the money, and it sucks because I know that they would be awesome sponsorships and awesome marketing influences and things that could potentially get our brand out there, right? And it's not that we don't want to, because that's what we want to do is make Saitama a household name and brand it, and now having an opportunity to get a little bit of funds in, and if we can, generate more revenue with Saitamask, I can start, accepting some of these deals that are thrown across my desk, right? Some of these huge organizations that reach millions of people, like, hey, we want to throw your logo up here, man, that's great. Send me a deck. Let me see what it looks like. Boom, this looks beautiful. Let's talk numbers. Like, okay, this is what we're looking at. Multi-year, 7-figure deal. Okay. And then my brain starts racking. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? And then I get with MK and I'm like, hey, what are we looking like? What's our budget for the fiscal year? We're looking at some overhead. I'm like, it's just not feasible. Like, I have to be, make a business decision, not based on, what I want to do, so based on what we can do physically. So this helps, put a little bit of a bridge in that, so we can actually start doing some of these things. So maybe I won't have to say no, and I can start, adopting some of these marketing techniques, and as well as, and again, with the centralized exchanges, I mean, we do it anyways. We just pay for it out of pocket, right? Right. Hey, whatever the cost is, we'll just do it. Right. If we need the volume, it's going to benefit the token. Right. Let's all put our wallet in the pot and make it work. But this will help lighten that load a little bit. So.
Well, also too, I mean, you guys are under a constant microscope with any wallets that sell, because there is no marketing wallet. So I can see a lot of that pressure almost melting away if there's donations coming in through the commission, right? So you don't have to worry about, okay, there's a deal that comes across your table, you want to take advantage of it, and then you go and you peel some profits from Saitama, and then people start freaking out, and then it's this whole ordeal, and it's almost like second guessing your decisions at this point.
Mm-hmm. Well, and a lot of times too, like some of the the partnerships and collaborations and things that we've made, like some of these organizations, they're like, hey, we want to get some Saitama tokens in the deal. Like, yeah, obviously we need some US dollars from your bank, a wire transfer, because it's the tax write-off and you have to show it in the books. But they're also like, hey, we can adjust this a little bit, right? Like if it's a $500,000 deal, let's do wire us 400,000, give us 100,000 in Saitama, right? And then also liquidity with Saitamask. So just to kind of reiterate and let you guys know, realistic, and you guys, I'm not one to make shit up. Like 70% of my entire holdings in Saitama tokens that I bought in the first week of June, that I got in my own pocket, 70% of those tokens that I bought back then are now gone, that I've had to use for liquidity, that I've had to send for partnerships and collaborations. So think about that. Like 70% of the tokens that I once held are now gone. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, and I don't really care. I want to use those tokens. They're bargaining chips for me, right? I don't need to exchange them for Ethereum, to do all these crazy things. They're bargaining chips. So now if we don't have to do that, we could utilize the Saitama tokens for what they are, for liquidity and for different functions. That's even better for us. So with the swap and liquefy feature that allows that, until we can get some of these revenue streams rolling.
And Russ, while you're on that topic, is there implications to have this token listed on Saitamask in the near future?
Yeah, so it's not just a one-way street, man. Like we're not just sitting there outside the front door with a baseball bat busting kneecaps saying, "Hey, where's our Ethereum?" Right? There's only a one-way street. No, so we want to help them do well too. So as you guys know, we do have some pull in this space. We've been around for a while. We have a lot of connections. We can help these guys get on some of these exchanges. Throw them up on Saitamask. Do some dual branding, maybe throw, their logo out on some things that we're working on with, there's a lot of different ways that we can kind of help boost it up a little bit. It's a small market cap coin, so you have to understand it doesn't take much, right? I mean, they're still only a few days old with like, a little over 1,000 holders. So it doesn't take a lot. So there's some opportunities there for us to kind of scratch your back a little bit too, right? Like I said, put them on Saitamask, help them out, get them listed on a couple of exchanges, stuff like that.
Beautiful. Sounds good. All right, guys. So that being said, Anime, if you could assist me, let's start letting some folks up. Let's get some hands up and start asking questions from the community, okay? All right, folks. If you could just please kindly just raise your hand so we can move forward in a amicable fashion, we definitely appreciate you. So the first question comes from Big Hand. What's up, Hand?
Is
I don't know if it's just me, but it got a little quiet. You know what I'm saying? But while we're in this pause, how do you guys feel about this new
Wait, I'm
token
ignoring
with the
now.
burn?
Is it just me? Am I the
I
only one
hear
that
you.
can't hear anything? Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I
I
hear.
hear a few people.
I thought I was.
Go
No,
for
no
it.
worries. Big Hen first, then Coke Zero. What's up, Hen?
Hey, what's up, y'all? I appreciate y'all bringing me up here because I had some questions for commissions real quick. And Russ, I appreciate your transparency with old guy Davis. So I appreciate what you do. The commission, real quick. So your liquidity is only locked for 2 months. What is the game plan for that 2 months? Are you guys planning to lock it again, or are you guys planning to do something different?
Yeah, we're definitely. I believe we'll be locking it again. We're definitely not going to do anything different with it. Remember, since this is only a couple days old, we're going to talk to the Satama team as well and consult with them. Has any changes in the contract going forward, of course, would include them. But we would love to have had it locked, longer than we started. But things obviously change very fast, so the lock's not going anywhere.
Okay, my last 2 questions is quick. All right, I know the contract is renounced. Did you guys give any functions to yourselves on back doors or anything like that?
Absolutely not.
Okay, and then the last question I have, the marketing wallet, is the payout going into the native token, the commissioner, and then selling out, or is Saitama receiving it in Saitama? How are they receiving the? Is it in ETH or USDT? Obviously, if it's ETH or USDT, it'd be better.
Yeah, sure, of course. It's right in ETH directly from our wallet right into theirs, and you actually could see the transaction. The one we posted today and yesterday's right on the blockchain. But it's in ETH. Yes, to answer your question.
Awesome. Thank you. I think that's pretty much it. I don't think anything else is. I think everything else is answered.
All right, thank you, Hen. If anything else comes up in the meantime, you could ask again, no problem. All right.
And he got my answer.
Oh, Coca, he answered your question for you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's swap and liquefy, and as I mentioned, we went through the contract and did our internal audit ourselves. Even if it would have already been done by a CertIC audit, we still would have gone and done our own internal audit because the only people that we trust are ourselves. So we went through. If there was a backdoor shimmy of tokens somewhere, we would have found it. Also, the swap and liquefy feature makes sense because we're not going to receive native tokens, and the commission token, and then have to sell it to utilize the funds, because then we would be the bad guys, right? We would have to sell the tokens and hurt the project. We don't want to do that. It's still brand new, right? We don't want to convert a bunch of Ethereum and do all that. So the swap and liquefy feature, being in Ethereum already, it's the only way to go, honestly.
Hey, Russ, I have a question. For how long do you think this is going to be doing? I mean, when it comes to marketing wallet from the commission token, right? Are you guys going to sell something legal saying we are going to have this marketing wallet for years? Or are you going to sit it down for the 2 months? Or how long is it going to take?
So right now, the operating agreement that we have in place, there is no end time on it, but it can be reevaluated at any point in time. It just needs to be mutual on both ends. So somebody from both parties has to agree to terminate. But for right now, there's no end date in mind, right? But if something comes up down the road, then as long as both parties agree to terminate, then we can. And then that's an external function that can be done on that side, to where the funds can, be sent to the commission marketing wallet or some of that. But for right now, that's there's no actual end date.
Okay, thank you, Kobe. Appreciate you. Next we have Dixon Crypto. What's up, Dixon? How are you? Once again, Dixon Crypto. Okay, no problem. Now we have Cryptopreneur. What's up, sir? Our man, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to say congratulations to the commissioner team again. I know Scott up here, and by the way, this is Saeed, and also Jay and Seth and the rest of the team, as well as Russ. I think this is an amazing partnership that you guys actually have going on. I know that they are actually um, uh, 2 days old, but the long term of this project, I think, is going to really mutually benefit both parties. But more than anything else, I just wanted to reiterate something, that this project in itself has a lot of potential, and with this specific partnership in itself, is going to actually, the further these guys actually help you guys pretty much from the Saitama's team, the further it actually helps them, the more is going to help Saitama in itself. So this is the one thing that I think a lot of people need to understand, and I think this is a long-term hold. Just know, Saitama was actually at like multi-billion dollars market cap, right? So multi-billion dollar market cap, which means that if you're getting those type of volumes, right? At the end of the day, it's all about the volumes, right? To help Saitama's expansion and helping with all the different things that Russ actually just talked about, that's going to actually help grow that project. And the more that grows, the more commissioner grows, the more Saitama grows. So this is definitely going to be an interesting interaction between the two parties. And I think that just want to reiterate that, because that's very, very crucial for the long term and the longevity of both projects.
Beautiful, Crypto. Thank you for that analysis. We definitely appreciate you, and I could definitely attest to those sentiments. So thank you very much. Before we go back to Dixon,
yes. I have to run here in just a few minutes. I got to drop dead time. I got to take off. I got a million more things to do tonight. But before I did, I wanted to just come on here and I wanted to, the vets from the team to kind of answer some questions from the community and how things go. But I also wanted to come in here myself to just kind of offer some validity. I know there's a lot of questions kind of floating around in spaces. So I just wanted to, put my name out there and say, hey, yes, this is something we are doing. We obviously did our own due diligence. We looked at the contract. We doxed these guys internally. And there's a lot of things that we did preemptively, right, before we made anything public, like we always do. And everything we do is completely legitimate and with one main goal, and that's to benefit this project and its community. So before I get off here, I just want to thank you guys for coming up and all you guys for being respectable and responsive to this. And please ask these guys any questions you guys have. And if you have something specific to me, bring it up in our next AMA, or ask these guys, or drop me a note or something, and we'll go from there. But thanks, Torres Anime, for hosting this stuff, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, thanks, Russ, for stopping by. We appreciate it.
No worries.
Thank you, Russ. Appreciate your time.
Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.
All right, beautiful folks.
What's up, Scott? How you feeling, Scott Herman?
I'm feeling good, man. It's been a nice day today. It's nice and sunny in Florida. Everyone's just cranking over here at the commission. I'm excited to see what's going to be coming in the future. I know a lot of what Russell said, I know that's been bothering, the whole team for a while, right? Because every time they were trying to pay for stuff, they had to dip into their own Saitama bags to do it, because there's no marketing wallet. And then the community never knows what's going on. If they see a sell, they get worried. Hopefully we can now eliminate a lot of that panic, because the marketing funds are going to be coming in from a third-party source versus from their wallets.
Beautiful, beautiful. Folks, before we get to the next question, if everybody can please press the little plus sign, feather, little icon on the lower right-hand side, share the room out so we can continue to ask these questions here to the commission dev team, all right?
Real quick, Torres, I was going to ask Al and Seth, how long have you guys been in crypto, your experience?
Sure. So the first time I think I bought any crypto Bitcoin was probably 2000.
Hey, just really quick for those who may have just gained FOMO on that token. So I have been, let me pull up my screen. I've just been playing around with it, and I'll pull the audio back up so you guys can hear the questions about it also. I've been playing around with the token, just looking at some different resistance and support levels and whatnot, just playing around. And just pay attention to some of the levels and how I kind of just broke one of them and has to retest also. What's going on, Just Man 04? It does have to retest the level, but I'm just saying pay attention, because This one, just because of that announcement and the affiliation with Saitama, is going to be a bit volatile, and I don't want anybody to just invest into the top like up here and get wrecked or anything like that. So just pay attention to the swings in this one and a couple of the points that I'm kind of paying attention to. Also, not saying it's financial advice, just trying to point views to a couple different locations. That's it. Sorry about that, guys.
Slightly newer to the space, been trading since 2020. Like I said, my general background is operations. This is my first team project with Dev. However, like I said, we kind of just everything blended together and just beautiful harmony the way it fell. The way it came together, it was just can't even describe the last several weeks.
And where the idea from bringing the Saitama Wolf Pack to your community, the commission? I understand everything per se, but how do you guys brought in making a marketing wallet? How do you guys got involved to it? That's my question.
Yeah, so the answer to that is Crypto J. Crypto J, that was his vision when we brought that concept to the table.
Yeah, Crypto J's an OG Coke. I don't know if you heard him before. He's an OG
Yeah,
Wolfpack.
yeah.
He's an OG Wolfpack member, and he saw an opportunity, and he knows, the same.
I'm going to make the line of resistance now. This is now a resistance level. I'm going to make this line right here green, and then we'll make the support red. Sorry.
And then with SataMask as well, that they're going to, have this system for, tokens on SataMask. So I'm sure the other communities are going to be excited about that as well.
Thank you for that. Shout
No
out.
doubt. Got a lot of hands up, folks. I want to get to it, please. Dixon got booted before. You want to go back up, Dixon? You have a question? One more time, going once, twice for Dixon Crypto. If not, I have to move forward.
Yeah, sorry, I had my mic muted. Yeah.
What's up,
So
bro?
I just want to thank you guys for having me here. And I also like to thank the Saitama dev team for doing a complete audit on the contract. So, I mean, we trust them on this, and that's already a big step moving forward for us as investors. And it gives us that guarantee, and not really guarantee, but that certainty that if we're investing in this project, we can really trust it. So I like the fact that they went through with the contract audit. So my question I have for you today will be focused around what you're gonna do to be able to grow the commission as well, because obviously if you're growing as a community, it means that what we receive in terms of marketing, the Saitama marketing wallet is going to only increase. So my question is surrounded around the centralized exchange listings. Do you plan on getting into any centralized exchange listings in the future? And secondly, I would also like to know if getting listed on SideMask was part of your negotiations, the part of the negotiations you had with the Saitama team. Thank you.
So do you want to grab that?
I'm sorry, I was putting something together for all you guys while you were doing that. Can you please just...
Yeah, so in a nutshell, he's asking about centralized exchanges. Is there potential for you guys to get listed? And also, was being listed on SataMask part of the negotiation when becoming a partner with Saitama?
Got it. I apologize for doing a little giveaway for you guys as we're doing this. For centralized exchanges, the answer is yes. We are currently in talks with several. Usually you go to them begging. That's not what happened when I woke up this morning. I've had relationships over the past few years with several CXs. I'm not going to name them right now, but I woke up to two this morning that would love to have us basically at no fee. And there's one more we're going for who we're reaching out to. And I expect the two that I spoke to today to be listed. I don't want to, of course, give an exact time frame, but very soon. And the other question, I'm sorry, one more time, the other one?
And what was being SataMask part of the negotiation, being on SataMask?
It was not. They did not require that at all, no.
Russ did mention that when I did ask him that, so he said that there is implications down the line. Obviously, this is only about 72 hours old, so just give it a little bit. But we could definitely revisit that with Russ. I did ask him that as well, so that shouldn't be a problem at all to get the full clarification. All right, Dixon, thank you so much, sir.
I just want to be clear. We do, of course, we want to be on it. It wasn't part of the negotiation, though. He didn't say, "Oh, if you're not on it, then no deal" or anything like that. It was completely no. He said, we'll talk about it, and obviously they would want us to be on it, but it was not part of the negotiation. It wasn't even a factor.
No problem. Thank you, brother. We have a radiology nerd and Tim. What's up, radiology?
Hi, I've got 2 questions actually. So I know that Russ said, Saitama did an audit on the contract, but are you guys planning on getting a Certec audit as well?
Yes, we're actually talking about that today, and we are.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. And then the second question, so the wallet you have set up to take in money that will be going to a Saitama wallet for marketing.
Yep.
On both sides, the commission and Saitama, are they going to be multi-sig marketing wallets?
Well, I can't speak for Saitama. Right now, we are going to be structuring it to a multi-sig, just to be 100% transparent, because obviously we didn't know this type of project was about to happen in the manner that it happened. So we are internally restructuring. We could do it in the next probably 48 hours to make sure everything is going to be multi-sig.
Great. And will you guys announce when it is?
Yeah, of course. We will announce it on our Telegram, Twitter, everywhere as soon as it is. The same thing, guys, just so you know, like with the white paper, everything 48 hours on the relatively easy stuff, but we don't want to rush, on the white paper and say, just put it out there. So it'll be a week on that, but we'll announce everything pretty much everywhere.
Perfect. And then Torres or Anime, if you can maybe ask that question in your next AMA with Russ, so we know on the Saitama side that it will be as well. I would appreciate it because, I'll probably forget by then.
No, absolutely. Thank you. We have a list of questions that we're gonna park. So if they need clarification, we'll definitely get with Russ and the rest of the team. Thank you. We appreciate you for that.
Absolutely, guys. Real quick, can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
real quick. I just pinned a post at the top. The commission's token is gonna do a $1,000 giveaway. Commission token. So please follow directions on the pin post. 3 winners are gonna win $1,000.
You're breaking up, bro. You're breaking up, bro.
Token. So please like.
You're breaking up, bro.
And follow the people.
You're breaking up, but what Anime is saying is please like and retweet. There's going to be
Yeah,
a giveaway
there's
of $1,000 for the 3 winners.
My bad.
Yo, Anime, you're rugging hard, bro.
My bad. You can hear me now, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. There's a giveaway, $1,000 to 3 winners in commissions token. Like and retweet the pinned post and follow the people tagged above, including the commission's official Twitter page. And we'll do a random roll towards the end in like 15-20 minutes probably.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's continue with the questions. We have our good brother Tim. What's up, Tim? What's up, brother Tim? How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, man. I was trying to retweet and everything.
You got it. What's up, man?
Hey, okay, so I got in a little bit late and I don't know if I heard I know what they're going to be doing and everything, but what is the function and everything or utility to keep the token moving and make all of this, and keep the train chugging down the tracks?
Yeah, great question. And obviously it's been something we've been thinking about, the last 48 hours a lot. So, we do have, because of the way the token's structured and the tokenomics right now, we do have about 1% left over in terms of the distribution. So what we're going to do, and it's going to be working with the Saitama devs, is decide what the best utility is. And to be honest with you right now, I think that it's going to be something mind-blowing, but we're going to need a few days to actually announce it. We are going to be obviously there has to be a reason to buy the token, right? It can't just be a distribution token because that makes no sense. But I think what we're going to end up doing is levering it to something else. And that's all I really want to say about it right now until we finalize the total utility. But obviously, there does have to be more utility. We're aware of that. You're not going to just buy a token because it does a distribution. That wouldn't make any sense.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Hey, man. You're not Dana White's brother, are you, man? Because you sure do sound like you could be family member.
You know, you're the third person who told me that.
I mean, I'm listening right now, and I'm like, man, where do I know this guy? And I'm thinking, man, he sounds just like Dana White. So, well, hey, man, I'm excited about the project. I've already bought in. Let's get this going.
Let's do it.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate you, good brother, as always. We have a lost seed phrase.
Hey,
I already
Taurus,
know you did.
Anime, Coke. This is Bud, actually. How are you guys doing?
Oh.
Saitama Wolfpack family.
What's up, Ray? How are you?
Oh, very good. Well, I just had one comment and one question, I think. First, I want to thank the commission for choosing Saitama because we really don't have a marketing wallet, and that is the lifeline of a token. Is the community plus the marketing wallet. They go hand in hand. So our devs on Saitama are struggled to do something, and now we have life. Okay, so on my perspective, Crypto J, thanks for thinking of us as a family, the Saitama Wolfpack. I sincerely thank you. Okay, for thinking about us out of all the coins. And my question is, are you looking for the commission? Is this a long-term target that you guys have with Saitama to have a long-lasting relationship?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you get an opportunity like this with a company like Saitama, you of course want it to be long-lasting, and that's why all the tokens that are going to be voted upon will involve Saitama and us in SataMask. So the goal is to be as long-lasting as possible, and down the road, who knows what we could do contract in the 6 to 8 month period. I think that there's a lot more to do with Saitama, and it's not going to, the way the commission's structured now could look very different than it does in 6 to 8 months.
Oh, you know what? Thank you very much for that answer. Taurus Anime Code Zero, thanks for putting me up here. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Saitama Wolfpack,
Have a
love you
good day,
guys.
man.
You're welcome, bud. Be well. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Crypto Giant, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, everybody? Coke Zero, how you doing? Taurus, Enemy. I just have a questions. I think if you answered before or not, how many people in your dev team, and how many token in a supply gonna be?
No, well, that was for us, right? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, he's asking what's the token supply and how many people are on the team.
Sorry, the token supply is 1 billion minus about 5 million that I accidentally sent to the burn address. So I'm gonna admit that, blatantly. So it's a little bit less than
We got our burn, everybody.
Nice. Good look, sir.
Maybe we could do that weekly.
That's about
Listen,
that's over 50 grand that was burnt.
Well, and at the time I did it, it was about $40. but it's actually I started thinking maybe we have a little bit of a burn campaign, and then the price did what.
Hey, I hate to mute this real quick, but y'all see how I just kind of just mocked it up and threw it together real quick. Just real quick. Are y'all peeping or nah? I'm just throwing it out there. I'm set up now.
Of us, there's a graphics designer, there's Al, there's the contract dev, and myself, and then we have Jay as just a very good friend, and thank God he's a consultant because Jay Crypto has been essential.
Beautiful. Crypto John, is that answer your questions?
Yeah, just one more questions.
Go ahead. Giant.
See, this is kind of why I said now volume is still very heavy within this project, so it could go back, retest, and go up. It looks like it's trying to retest it again, so it could go up and above, or it could sell and it still could still be used as a resistance level, or it could flip it and become a support. So still some options in here, man. There's still a lot of volume within this project right now.
And then they're in talks to getting on Datamask.
Good. I just coming. I don't know. Thank you, NMA. Thank you, Taurus, Coke Zero. Appreciate you guys.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. What's up, Wagme man?
Hey guys, see a lot of familiar faces here, so that's pretty awesome. And I was lucky enough to jump in here about 48 hours ago, and I'm sticking with it. You know, when I originally jumped in, I saw some faces I recognized. I did my research. I looked at the website and went through everything. And just looking at that, I was like, you know, this is such a great idea, because I think what's important in DeFi right now is building communities. And what better community is there to start with than Saitama? I mean, that is just a rock solid community. And the way we can kind of elevate this space in whole is to build alongside of strong communities, and just lift this space up to where it needs to be. And, you know, I'm in another project that's going to be listed on Datamask. And so I was curious also, you had mentioned there would be a requirement for, I guess, to partner with the commission, you would have to be listed on Datamask. What would that project have to do? Like, who would they want to reach out to as far as getting that ball rolling? Because I think, you know, like I said, just building up that strong community in this space is very important. I think that's what drew me to your project. So that's what's interesting to me moving forward. And I think that's what can drive this project pretty far ahead.
Hey Omar, hint but not hint, man. Am I gonna be dipping and diving just a little bit? Then you know what I'm saying?
Thursday, what we're going to do is we'll have a Twitter, kind of like a poll, and anybody that wants us to look at a project, you know, that's on Datamask, can submit it, and then we'll vote on it on Friday, and that whole following week, that project will be the one we use. Does that answer your question?
So pretty much we'll gather all the tokens that are on Datamask currently, or announced that they are getting on within the next couple weeks, and we'll create a poll for all of them, and we'll have the community vote, and whatever project wins out of those votes is going to get it. And then maybe the next vote, the other tokens will get.
I will say, try to time it right, guys. There are multiple different videos. If you guys do not know TA already, to pay attention to and maybe brush up on a couple different things. I did take a couple different courses, and I stare at this shit all day. So if you're not like me and you don't just stare at charts all damn day, it might not be the best advice to try to swing trade this, because this one has a decent amount of volume and it is quite volatile right now, and it's having some violent swings. So you might want to wait the wave out, or you know what I mean, like take different approaches to it. But just try your best not to invest at the top of any of these run-ups.
In paying out the contract the first 2 days, and starting to develop the exchange listings and the white paper. So we'll have the vote information also up by Monday.
Okay, thanks guys. Sorry I cut out there for a little bit, but you know, I see Scott in here, I see Anime, so I'm sure we can get that ball rolling, you know, in the near future. So way to go, great launch, guys. I'm bullish on this, so keep up the good work.
What do you guys think about doing the giveaway right now?
Wait, hold on, bro. Not right now. We got a couple more people with
okay.
questions.
All right, no problem.
And then we'll finalize whatnot. Next, I believe we have a Truth Seeker. What's up, Truth Seeker?
Truth Seeker, are you there?
Okay, if not, we're gonna go to a Crypto Wizard 77. What's up, Wizard?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for bringing me up tonight. great project. I actually watched it launch on live new pairs and everything, and watched it grow. I had one question about this project. So just digging through eScan, I know the top holder, his wallet received tokens from thesol.eth wallet. Is that actually like a team wallet that bought at launch, or is that just some degen? Because I know he sent tokens to the contract too. That's just one of the questions I have, and I have one more after that.
That was my wallet. And that was the wallet I bought at launch. And just like you said you found it on Dex Tools, correct?
Yeah,
That
on live pairs.
looked at the structure, and that is my wallet.
Well, thanks. That's a great question. I also have a question too about when y'all add back to LP. I know when you add back to LP, you actually have to match the tokens to ETH ratio and relock them. Is that how you're gonna add back to LP, or is there a different way that I don't know about?
You know what? So if it's and maybe somebody else here is more qualified than myself to answer it. And like we said, our the dev who actually is doing that part of the dev work, he's unfortunately not here tonight, and he's quite sick. If it's an auto lick, if it's adding liquidity automatically, that's pretty much the extent I could tell you. Could someone else here maybe speculate how that works? I'm sorry, I actually can't.
Well, Seth, how about this, right? Crypto Wizard, if you can, could you please DM Seth Bio Armor directly with that question so we can get you the concise answer. So rather than us like speculate or just make any assumptions,
yeah,
I'd rather you get the exact information on that, because that's something that we would all like to know as well, right? So is
Yeah,
that
maybe
cool?
Yeah.
we'll have Seth write it down. He'll get an answer, and maybe they could formally, for the questions that haven't got answered yet, he can put a formal post from the main commission page on Twitter, like a little FAQ type of thing.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I just know one of my contract friends who does contracts. He says the only way with the LP tax, when you add back, you actually have to match. So say I got 30K in tokens, right, that I bought back from the team. I have to have 30K in ETH, and then when I go in, I got to go back into Unicrypt and relock those tokens again to add back to the liquidity pool that you originally created on Uniswap to keep those tokens flowing, unless you're going to an exchange and you just give the exchange the tokens. But I just know that's the way to add it back to the Uniswap LP pool that you originally created and locked. So, but yeah, it'd be great to see the answers to that. But it's a great project, man. It was awesome just to watch it like kind of chill off. I was like, dang, you know what? Because I never joined the Telegram, so it started blowing up. I just follow it on Dex Tools. I was like, wow. I was like, something amazing has happened. This is unreal. Because I showed it to my private group when it first launched, and some of them got in. And yeah, we're doing great, man. Great project, great work. Glad to see y'all doing amazing things.
Great, thanks. And do us a favor when you submit something.
I would hope. I don't know if Stevie's buying this right now to get some Lucky Root money. We're gonna call him. His new nickname is gonna be By the Top. By the Top, bro. No, not seriously. Just By the Top. Baby, bring it back. Bring it back. Yeah, it's too. Yeah, it's levels to this, young boy. I could throw a couple more. I literally, as they were talking, I just threw a couple lines up there so I can visually give you guys an idea of what the chart looked like with the Saitama information. You see the volume coming into it currently right now. The volume levels are actually pretty crazy. The liquidity is 2.1 million and the volume is 8.2 million. So tells you a little bit about that with a $16 million diluted market cap. So just a little bit of info, but definitely do your own research as far as this. And you know what I mean? See how you guys feel about it. It is a lot less zeros than most are used to, but like I said, at your own risk of what's going on. You saw Russ came in there, kind of co-signed, said that they went through the contract, so they're co-signing for the token as well as trending on Dex Tools. So we will see how it ends up panning out, guys. Definitely will be interesting. Let me see. And sorry again, guys, for kind of taking a little additional time with two spaces. There were two intriguing spaces on, and I felt that was a interesting amount of information out there, so that we can catch that. So thought that we could tune into those. Hopefully, you guys did not mind that Stevie wasn't here to whine about it, so I don't think it was too bad. So not mad at that. How did you guys feel about the information that was presented, and or does anybody have any questions at all, guys? Because it's relatively a pretty dry day, but at the same time, there was some exciting information coming out of Shaman. People will be getting incentivized for sending in those tokens for that V2. They have a lot of different things to discuss as far as the staking pools. I think they will be putting a limit as far as the APR percentages and the levels, how low they can go. So that's exciting also. So I really want to see how this V2 contract is going to end up coming out, man. I really want to see how it's going to work out. Most definitely, but let me run through these right now. As you guys know, Shaman, the V1, they drew liquidity out of it. So dramatic drop. But I have seen people like transacting for some reason. Like I think somebody was buying the dip there, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like somebody bought the dip, which is quite the dip. Like they told everybody after the sixth that it was that screenshot was taken and nobody will be credited for that. So please do not transact or buy on the Shaman King Inu chart. There is a V2 about to come out on the 13th, which is in 4 days, guys. So we'll have those staking pools and everything that is going to go with this contract. Some pretty good things coming for it also that we'll have an announcement. So I don't want to spoil anything, so I'll let you guys hear about those things, but it's definitely something that I'm very much interested into. Market still down, so some tokens are taking a little bit more hit than other ones. See what the market is. It actually looked like it was going up just a little bit, but might have been faking up. Nope, Ethereum's up 1.4% and Bitcoin 0.8. So maybe we'll see a little bit of action going towards like into Sunday, Monday morning action, maybe. Broke our support level on KPETs, downtrended a little bit when Bitcoin and Ethereum were downtrending. So it's a little bit of a couple buy-ins right here. So maybe it's stabilizing. Hopefully, for an uptrend, we do have a short period of time before that other portion of the game is released. And I believe Monday, if not tonight, the game should be back up and running from the updates that were done to it. We got a couple more tokens catching some good juju there. So, but I see nobody has any concerns about Saitama picking up a token that finally gets them a marketing wallet, which is something that they definitely have needed for some time, so that they won't have any weird things going on as far as the chart trying to sell to get marketing money or any complaints from the community. So it's going to be a pretty decent day. 3 more. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of dust tokens, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. This the other token is gonna have a decent amount of value. Like I said, just don't try your best not to buy the top if you guys do plan on investing into it. Try to invest smart if you guys can. If not, I would say not financial advice at all, period. But I would hold off until it's not as volatile, just so you're not losing money along the way. Just to help some people out there. Like I said, not financial advice, just trying to help a little bit. CBT still down, TARP's down. So yeah. Market is still down. That's like I said, guys. That's why I've been dipping and dabbling in the NFT world. Not gonna lie to you. And in the NFT world, Bulls and Apes, I actually heard was doing another Twitter space. So if you missed the other mega Twitter space, guys, you're gonna have another opportunity to win some more things, win some more whitelist spots. I believe they're doing a couple. They're giving away. I don't know if they're opening it up to the crowd again. That would be kind of crazy if they did that, but just throwing it out there that there is a good chance that you guys can win more things. Like I said, J Rock's wife won. A couple other people won that I actually knew of. So if you guys can just pay attention to that. I think it was on the 16th is when that was supposed to be happening. So besides the 16th, we have a lot of other things going on as far as NFTs. Also, Grandpa Apes is actually having the mutated apes that they have, and I'll give you some examples. They are well, this is one of them right here. I think this is an M2 right here, but they will be coming out with their mutant ape. So if you had one Grandpa Ape, you got airdropped a serum, which will turn it into an M1 or M2. Oh, it's M1 actually, M1 or M2 mutant. So pretty much how it works is you can actually transform it into this one, and you still keep the original, and you have the mutant one. And there are going to be some that are released, and they're going to have a whitelist. I actually won a whitelist in Blue Collar Hands. I actually won one for retweeting my tweet. So if you guys see those tweets out there, me tweeting these different NFT things, and you're interested in getting into the NFT game, it's not a bad way of doing so, especially with things of this. Like this is almost at about an Ethereum right now, just for the regular Grandpa Apes, guys. Just so you guys know. No, 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 no. No, I have not. I have not seen that one. I might have to check it out there, but I have not seen it. But yeah, there's a big following behind these grandpa apes. I'm not gonna lie to you, and they give me kind of the same vibes that the mutant apes from the bored apes do, just because of the artwork and the details, you know what I mean, the graphics that are going on here. So if you guys get those same type of vibes, they are giving out whitelist still. If you want to join the Discord, just throwing that out there. Then you already know Apocalyptic Apes, definitely one of my favorite. Fitty is actually the owner of that. And this one just sold for 10 ETH, which is actually kind of wild. But a lot of these NFTs are kind of lower right now because of the market, but a good investment, I feel like. And the Queens are another thing that are coming out, I believe, on the 28th. And then the Bulls and Apes is on the 29th, I believe. So just throwing out a couple different things that you guys can pay attention to besides looking at the market being down until it does improve. That's kind of where I've been shuffling my attention to, so that I'm not, you know what I mean, kind of too focused about waiting for when the market kind of shifts. It's a lot easier that way to have multiple different ways in being diversified as far as your funds. So just throwing some stuff out there. The Grandpa Apes has the mutant apes that will be minting soon. They haven't put out a date yet, but they are still giving out whitelist spots. I accidentally won one. I'm unlucky and won one, so you guys can definitely win one, I'm sure. The Apocalyptic Apes has the Queens coming out on the 28th. Bulls and Apes is coming out on the 29th. But they have a Twitter space on the 16th, which they'll be giving out some cool stuff away. So hopefully somebody wins something. But other than that, did you guys have any questions, concerns, anything like that? If not, I'm gonna get on out of here, guys. Leave you guys alone to enjoy your Saturday night. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Word, word. Well, Alrighty then. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening, morning, or midday, wherever you guys are located at right now. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I have to say this since I've been getting a little bit more viewers, which I do appreciate you guys also for watching afterwards. Everybody who watches this afterwards, definitely appreciate you guys for clicking. You guys enjoy the rest of your night and keep cuffing that dip, man. I am out of here.